So I just quickly wanted to let you guys know that if you plan on purchasing The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature or any of the Sims packs, you can use my code fantayzia on the EA app or thesims.com. This does directly support me and my channel, so I really do appreciate those of you guys who use my code. Hey everyone, it's Fantayzia. So we are just a few days away from the gameplay trailer for Enchanted by Nature, and I have been most excited for this trailer because I'm hoping we see some more stuff in depth. Sometimes the gameplay trailers are as long as 7 minutes, so I'm hoping this one is going to be a longer one, and today I wanted to talk about some of the things that I'm really hoping we learn more about in the gameplay trailer. First of all, I honestly kind of hope we learn some of the lore, because they've been doing a better job with the lore, like with Life and Death, that was so much better. So I'm hoping this pack is the same way, and from what we've seen, I do feel like there's going to be quite a bit of lore going on, so I hope we get to learn a little bit about that, and they show us like a little bit of a story. But more importantly, as far as like gameplay features go, I really want to learn more about the naturopath career, because that is actually one of the things I'm most excited about. I just think it's a career that I'm going to enjoy so much, and I hope I'm right about that. I also think it's a career that I could see my Sims doing no matter what world they're in, no matter what lifestyle they have, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm not going to feel the need to live in the new world and be doing this like living off the land lifestyle necessarily to have the naturopath career. Another thing I really hope they show more of is just fairy details in general. Literally anything. I just want to see more of the stuff for fairies. You know, we can already tell that they're more fleshed out than mermaids. But of course, with the whole putting fairies into an expansion pack that includes a lot of other things, a lot of people want to make sure the fairies are how they hope. I just want to see more fairy gameplay. You know, we've seen little things. It would be cool if the trailer was kind of based on like following a fairy around or something like that. And then with that, I want to see more of the world. I feel like we've seen little bits and pieces and stuff like that, but I just want to see more areas more in depth. I also really want to see more of Everdew. That's the name of it, right? That's my favorite part of the world, and I just want some good clips of that. Maybe like they can show off some fairy gameplay and they're all in that area. I think that would be cool. So another thing I'm really interested in is Mother Nature, and I do hope they show that more, because I'm almost like, okay, how is that exactly going to work? Some people have thought, you know, that tree with the face on it? Some people have thought that is going to be how we speak to Mother Nature, or how we summon Mother Nature. I don't know. I have a lot of questions about that, and I've also seen people wondering if it's gonna work kind of like Father Winter, if we're gonna be able to woohoo Mother Nature. And all of those sorts of things. So I also don't know if Mother Nature is gonna be like an actual sim. Is it gonna be like that's my main question. Like, is it something we're gonna be able to see, or I don't know? Because when I just hear Mother Nature, I'm just like, will that be an actual like character that we see, or will it just be something very like magical? I don't know. So I also hope we learn more about children with this pack, because honestly, we've seen a few of the items, but first of all, as far as like the basics go, I have seen a lot of people wanting to know if there is like a new children set with the build buy, so I hope they show off some children furniture if there is some. And then I want to know more about just children themselves with this pack, different things they'll be able to do. I think they can use I don't know, I was gonna say I think they can use the flower pressing table or whatever, but then I'm like, wait, what did they show in the other trailer? The child was like doing something. I don't know if they were like engraving their handprint or what it was. Now I need to go back and look. There was something going on though, and so I am wondering what that was, and I hope the children can be more involved in this pack. Also, some people have been wondering if the children can actually be fairies, and we do know that usually with occults, they can become like, you know, they can be born a werewolf, stuff like that, but then, you know, a lot of times things won't start happening until they get older. So I'm curious about the same thing. I do think it would be cute if there was like some powers and stuff that little kids could have if they're a fairy. And then some people were pointing out the little wings that the children had, and I feel like that's an accessory in Create a Sim. That's what it looked like anyways, but I could be wrong. It would be really adorable if the kids got like mini wings, if they are a fairy. I don't know. I feel like it would be a missed opportunity if they didn't do some gameplay for children being fairies. I don't know. I just think that would be really, really cute and a little bit different, because I just feel like oftentimes they're left very short when it comes to this sort of thing. So another thing I want to see more of is just evil fairy gameplay, because you know, you can be an evil fairy, and I do think it would be interesting if the trailer was all about like an evil fairy and a good fairy. Like, I don't know. I think that would be fun. But yeah, those are just some things that I'm hoping we see in the gameplay trailer. I do want to know what you guys want to see in the gameplay trailer, so go ahead and comment down below. And do you think we're going to learn anything new that we haven't learned yet? Oh, also, we know that the fairies can shrink down, and we haven't seen much of that yet. We saw a little fairy shrink down playing in a sink. And then of course they can shrink down and go into their little fairy house. But I need to know more. What other animations do they have as far as shrinking down? What other objects can they shrink down with? I hope, fingers crossed, that it's quite a few of them, because I just think that's adorable. And I think it's just, I don't know, it's fun for gameplay, because when I think of fairies, I just think of like tiny little Tinkerbell. And so of course I understand that we can't have fairies be mini all the time, but it would be cool if there was quite a few different interactions that required them to shrink down. I think that's just different, and I don't know if they ever did that. I'm trying to think back, because fairies in The Sims 3 were one of my favorites, but I'm just like, I don't recall them ever shrinking down. Maybe to go in their fairy house, but I don't think they really had like gameplay interactions where they would shrink down. Am I wrong about that? I have like no memory of that. But I also haven't played with fairies for a long time in The Sims 3, so honestly, I could have written an even longer list, because I did write these things down and I was tempted to just keep going, but I was trying to remind myself like this is a trailer, and so they're not just going to be able to jam pack like a million things in it. But I will say another thing that I really hope they show off is just more about the new way of gardening and stuff like that, because of course, you know, that seems to be expanded on, and we're gonna have like the indoor plants that we can actually water and everything like that. So I hope they show off more of that. I just want this to feel like a true gameplay trailer and really give us a feel for this pack more, you know, because yes, we've been learning more little bits and pieces. We've been getting like a lot of different teases and all that, but I think a lot of people are still kind of feeling like, okay, is this really gonna feel like an expansion pack, you know? And I'm definitely hoping so. It looks promising, but of course there's things that I'm just like wondering about, and I feel like I need to experience it. So you guys, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to like talk to you guys about this before the gameplay trailer comes out. I will be reacting to that with you guys, so I'm super excited for that. And we're getting closer and closer to the release. I feel like June flew by, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want the summer to just like come and go. It's literally so crazy. I feel like June just started, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, it's the 23rd. But you guys, I hope you enjoyed this little discussion video. Like I said, comment down below what you hope to see with the gameplay trailer, what you hope to learn, all of that. Will you be purchasing this pack? Have you already pre-ordered? Let me know in the comments. And with that, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm on